really, it's putting a cat amongst the pigeons. That phrase.
It's just such perfect entertainment.
Anything, even if it's wrong, just say a name or something.
Because I feel like Nick and Joe are wedded, but I feel like Nick could be swayed.
I feel nervous even thinking about it now.
I know.
It's going to be tense.
This is Showbiz Fix, and this week we're fixated on the finale of the Celebrity Traitors. We've banished all other celebrity gossip, and we're getting stuck into the last week of tasks, traitors, and trash talking, which is, of course, why I'm here, Fraudia Winkleman, to preside over today's roundtable as we are joined by two contestants who took their traitorous responsibilities far more seriously, Freddie Fraser and Charlotte Berman. Welcome.
Thanks.
Am I pulling this off?
Yeah.
Looks good.
You look sensational. The red knit is just bringing everything together.
When you walked in, were you honest, double take, Claudia's here?
I was back in the car.
I think she's in the room with us.
The Sun's budget has...
No, you've blown it on this. You've blown it.
And is it slightly triggering being in this room? Is it bringing it all back
We're
for
sat
you?
at a round table.
I've
Yeah.
got severe PTSD, to be honest.
There's AC on, and I'm pretty sure they pumped that into the round table to keep us all on edge. So
Oh, that's cheeky to keep you all. It's like torture. So Claudia is obviously the queen of traitors, strictly, and is obviously a big part of why people love the show so much. And the ratings for the Celebrity Traitors are insane. I think they're at about 14 million per episode and growing. Why do you think it's been so successful? And did you see this coming, Freddie?
I think the cast is stellar. Like, we've got Alan Carr, we've got Jonathan Ross, we've got Celia Imrie. These are like big dog names. So I think having that anyway, fans of them are going to come and watch it. And if you're not a fan of the Traitors, it's going to make you a fan of the Traitors. And I just think everybody loves a murder mystery. You're kidding if you don't like it. So I think that's the reason why through the years it's got bigger and better.
Defo. And you're loving it too, obviously.
I'm literally loving it. I mean, I think we always knew it was going to be fantastic, and yet it's been even better than we could have imagined. It's just so funny. It's just such perfect entertainment that everyone, like, that's why it's so popular, because you can watch it as a family. Your parents love it, your gran loves it, everyone loves it. It's actually uniting everyone.
This is the thing. We come into the office every day afterwards and we're just dissecting it.
But it's so great, isn't it? There's so few TV shows that you have like that now, where everyone is watching and it feels like you can have the conversation.
If you haven't
with
watched
anyone.
it, it's literally like leave.
Social pariah.
So we can discuss it, you know?
We had it on the front page the other day and I got so many angry emails the next day from people saying, you've spoiled it. And that
But they need to stay away. Like, if you haven't watched it,
That happens.
you need to switch off your phone. You need to not go out. Pull down the blinds and watch it.
I always do like TikTok debriefs, and I normally do it like maybe 10, 20 minutes after the episode's aired, and the amount of people that in the comments have a go at me saying, you spoiled it. I'm like, you shouldn't be on social media if you haven't watched it.
That is quite soon.
It is
like,
quite
people
soon.
could have just paused it to get a drink or something.
Sorry.
But then they should be focusing on the TV.
Exactly, priorities.
That is true.
You're doing service for the brain rot of the country, you know?
It is one of the few shows at the moment that I will watch without my phone. Do you know what I mean? Because you want to watch it.
No,
you're not double screening. You're actually in it, which is really refreshing.
You need to catch every wink, every glance,
Yeah.
because everything could be a clue. Right?
Yeah.
You do. Do you feel like proud mothers over the celebrities? If they do something good, are you like, oh?
Definitely. I'm just more shocked the fact that they probably watched our season so they know who we are. Like, that's what I find insane. Like, I think it's crazy.
Yeah, they will have done their research like we did. You know, when we went on it, obviously we had 2 series to watch and then we had all the ones around the world. They will definitely have watched, learned, tried to use that to their advantage maybe.
You were series 3, last 2 remaining traitors.
Yes.
So let's get analytical here. I want deep dive.
Okay.
How do you think the celebrities have done? And how do you think it compares to your gameplay?
I mean, I was only a traitor for a day, so I don't know if my expertise is brilliant, but I think the traitors this year, they've been playing a really good game. I was kind of shocked that Jonathan hadn't been caught out earlier. Like, it was like, he's too loud, you're doing too much. And then with Kat and Alan, I think they're a great little tag team, but I think as we've started to whittle it down, I don't know if it's going to work out for them.
I just think it's interesting because at the beginning, obviously Alan was picked as a traitor and he found it a joke. We found it a joke. It was the most hilarious thing ever. And suddenly he's one of the 2 last traitors standing. It's like, actually, hats off to Alan. He's done a really good job. But I also wonder if, because of the benefit of watching the other series, I think it's interesting where the faithful, although it's really frustrating that they like didn't get a traitor till so late on, you know, and they haven't been able to have a recruitment or anything like that, which I think would be really fun to watch. I love it when that happens. So, you know, we had a bit of that. But I also think, you know, it's still so tense now. You know, even though you've not had those recruitments, they've realised that just to survive is also really important. So like Nick and was it Joe, they're like trying to keep who they suspect actually close to them. So rather than like bringing it up now, they've actually done well to like slip into this undercurrent slipstream. And actually they're now at the end because they've kept the traitors close.
Yeah, I thought that was really clever that Nick was like, I suspect Kat. And because of that, I'm not going to get rid of her. Because really, it's putting a cat amongst the pigeons. You know, that phrase. But because if you got rid of her, then someone else would be recruited. And you're kind of back to square one in some ways, aren't you? You know, it's then even harder. You've got nothing to go on. So I feel like he's played a clever game. And to have got this far is really impressive.
Yeah.
I think that he's benefited slightly, if I may be so bold, by not being as known as the others.
Nick.
So one of the critiques of this series has been that the celebs all knowing each other or feeling like they know each other has sort of hampered the gameplay slightly. What do you think?
Well, I would just say, like, I definitely think there's an element of like respect, if you know what I mean, in terms of like Celia, amazing, so wonderful. No one's going to murder her or banish her initially, because I just think they'd be like, no, because it's Celia Imrie and she's amazing. And I kind of think the same thing was applied to maybe Stephen Fry. And, you know, obviously he has been banished and Celia has been murdered. But I think potentially by knowing who they are and their kind of place, like beloved place in society, maybe that did keep them in for a bit. So I kind of do hear what you're saying, but I don't think it's made it any less entertaining because they've brought such amazing moments.
No, I think as well, kind of similar to you, I think there's a hierarchy of celebrity. So you've got the likes of Alan Carr, Celia Imrie, Jonathan Ross, and then you've got the less known people. So as you said, the people who are like more the big dogs are probably going to last longer just because of sense of respect. Even if it's subconsciously, people don't realise they're doing it, they're going to get rid of the people that they aren't too familiar with, which I think is why Nico and Ruth Codd went quite early. These are names that are like not many people might know of. So for them, it's kind of worked out.
But then maybe like Nick and Joe and David, they're kind of, I guess, playing it a bit more like civilians, you know, a bit more like us, because like Joe, you know, he's an amazing rugby player, but he's not kind of like Hollywood famous in the same way as some of the others. And so actually he's been playing the game like really purely. Exactly. And like, maybe that's how they've kind of lasted so long as faithfuls, because
it's been driving me potty, to be honest. They're there on the round table banishing people because I can just see you being a really good traitor. I just think they'd have picked you as a traitor. And that just isn't a reason. Come up with a reason.
But there's so little to go on.
Yeah, but to be fair, this season they have been like severely clutching at straws. Like it's been a really hard watch. Like the fact that Jonathan Ross made it to episode 7, I was completely shocked. Like I could not even.
I thought he was going to go week 2.
Yeah, and then if you told me at the start that Alan Carr would be in the final, I again would have laughed in your face. So again, it's been kind of a crazy one. And the fact that I think it was the last episode, they were like, I'm faithful, and he laughed.
Oh my God, I know.
If you did that in the civilian one, you'd be, there's no coming back from that. Like you'd be gone.
I mean, we don't know if he's going to come back from it.
You don't know, but like you'd be gone if you did that in the civilian one.
Shall we have a quick practice and see if we all laugh? Because I know we're going to. Right, Freddie.
I'm a faithful.
Oh, very good. Shall I do Welsh? That was me in the castle.
Yeah.
I am a faithful.
I am a faithful.
I am a faithful.
Oh,
see, I can't do it. I was laughing.
We had to do it, didn't we?
We
do it in our round table.
Yeah.
And it was really hard.
It was really stressful, especially when you know you're lying.
I was
lying.
For me, and also the intonation, like I am a faithful.
Yeah, and this sort of thing of like looking at everyone's eyes.
Like how'd you do it?
God. So you wouldn't do that. It's so silly.
No. Coming on to sort of the brilliant, entertaining viral moments that there's been, for me, it was the Celia fart.
Oh my God, I know.
An obvious one. But what's had you in stitches?
Anything that woman does is iconic. Like, I want to be her friend. And I think the one that I found really funny was her. When she was like screaming outside the well.
Screaming down that well.
It was like she was like a Harry Potter Dementor or something. I didn't know what was going on. But I didn't even know people could make that noise. And I just thought, I'm glad she's getting stuck in at like 73.
She's amazing. Yeah. She was absolutely amazing. And also I think, was it last week, Joe walked across like the
it
bridge,
like
and then it was when it cut to everyone else on the floor like doing this sort of thriller dance routine. There's just been so many moments that which have been so good.
I think as well it's introduced us to sort of some of the lesser known, lower profile stars. You know, Joe known by sort of a sector of society, but now hugely beloved because of things like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And like Kat, I've interviewed Kat a few times, but she's really like quite a quiet person, you know, and you can listen to her music and you can get a sense of someone, but watching her in there, you like actually see so much of her personality shine through. I think that's been really nice because I feel like I know her like a friend now. I've seen her, spent so much time with her on this screen for weeks. And I think she's come out of it really well.
Yeah.
She's been so good. Like since episode 1, when she sort of came across as like the person that actually got how to be a traitor.
Yeah,
you
understood the game.
chaos of Alan, and then obviously Jonathan wanting to be kind of head boy, and Kat was like, I'm just going to go with the flow, you know. And I think she's cruised through, and she's been really good because when they have turned to her in the round table and been like, Kat, you know, what's your view? Or you're being quite quiet. She is good. She's very composed. And
clever girl.
Yeah, she's clever. She's done very well.
I did love that moment when Stephen Fry said, well, you have been sleeping a lot and the traitors will stay up. And she
quickly went,
well, actually.
I'm a virgin. I thought,
because it is interesting that, because I spotted it just before that round table where Stephen brought it up. I actually said when I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, she's asleep, because it was just like in the background of a shot. Yeah. And then obviously there's a reason they show that, because Stephen actually clocked it.
How late did they keep you up?
Oh, that would be telling.
Ooh, I think we don't have a clock or anything. So like, you don't know the time of anything.
You literally don't know the time, like at all. You know the time when you get up in the morning, but then as soon as you're at the castle and doing the game and the missions and the round table, you don't know the time for the whole day. I mean, you get your meals, so you assume it's like lunchtime, dinner time, but you don't really know.
I'd be like, my eye bags tell me it's past my bedtime.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was tired.
And another moment was Tom Daly's amazing side eye.
And then Kate flabbergasted. Tom
iconic.
I know that was fab.
But Tom obviously came for your ground here with the shower scene.
He did. I did see that. I was waiting for it. I knew it was going to come. I thought Tom Daly is definitely.
I mean, he is an Olympic diver.
He's an Olympic diver. And I thought he's going to be better than me. I can't deal with this. And then there it was on episode. I think it was 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So big up Tom Daly.
Are you thinking some kind of collab coming up?
A little shower.
Please.
I'm sure there's an audience for it.
Might get the people going.
And your bedroom scene was obviously how to
very
speak Welsh.
Studious. Yeah, I've been studying hard.
Do you come up with your own shower scenes, or is there some suggestions?
I came up with that one because I thought it would be hilarious. And then I had to sort of scour for a suitable book because, it's BBC, so it's got to be, licensed. But it was all good, $3.99, it's very easy to pick it up if you want to learn some Welsh.
Do you think that, obviously, your plan was to deceive people from the off brilliantly?
Yes.
I must say. Celebrities obviously couldn't do that because people knew who they were. Do you think that the series has missed that little something because of this?
I don't think it's missed it, because I am loving this series, but I would say that I am so excited for the series 4,
civilian one,
real people version, because for me, The Secrets is a huge kind of part of like the campness, the hilarity of the show. Like, what was it this year? So we had me being Welsh, Leanne in the army, or lying about,
and then even like stuff like
and Lisa, not
or like everyone
priest.
thinking me and Frankie are like mother and son. Even though it's not a secret, but it
everyone
drives
just
people
like
insane.
tries to think. And honestly, I have literally, with side chats when we get together as a wider group and stuff, I'm always saying to some of the producers like some of my wild theories I think they should do. Like, have you considered? And they're like, yeah, we have meetings about this. And I'm like, yeah, but have you considered?
Like what?
Well, my favorite idea that I think they should do is identical twins. So imagine I have an identical twin, but we go in with like a fake name and we play every other day. So just imagine.
Oh my God.
Just imagine if you were like, hi, Helen, remember we chatted yesterday? And then my twin is like, yeah, I remember we chatted yesterday. Like, no, I don't. I just think that'd be really fun, but so pointless and obviously so hard for these twins, but so fun.
Funny.
I mean,
so fun for the viewers.
I mean, also, no offense, the Welsh, slightly pointless.
Yeah, well, we don't know. It's not a first test. I did get to the final.
Exactly.
As a Welsh person, I'm interested. Have you had any reaction from the Welsh community? Have you had anyone come up to you and say, that was really rude, or I love that? Because it was a very convincing accent.
Thank you. Yeah, literally anyone that is Welsh or even remotely has Welsh heritage is at pains to tell me. Like,
sorry to be that person.
No, I love it. I love it so much. Like literally it can happen at any point. You know, even on my way here today, I had a girl shriek actually really uncomfortably loudly at the train station. Oh my God, you're on from Traitors. And everyone obviously turns. And then she goes, yeah, you know, I'm Welsh. And I was like,
here we go.
I was like, great. But it's so nice. It is really nice.
Where's the most awkward place someone's done that to you? Toilet? Must be.
Yeah, probably like airport loos. I don't know. Well, today was honestly pretty awkward. Like people literally turn around and you're like, I was like, yeah, I am. And of course, like take a photo and it's like, okay, bye.
Probably someone screamed, oh my God, you're from the Traitors. And they were like, where's Claire Balding?
Yeah. Well, they turn around like, I can't see anyone famous here.
Doesn't look like Stephen Fry to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Freddie, where's your most awkward place you've been asked for a selfie?
I don't know. A lot of the times at like nightclub toilets in like university, because I went on loads of nights out after the show, and then it would be like people would just surround me and like ask for photos here, there, and everywhere. But it's nice.
Gosh, we doing meet and greets?
I should have done. I should have started charging them.
Yeah,
but no, it was really nice, and it was like it was such a, especially at uni, because everyone's like drunk and like 20 and 21 people just like running at you. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, amazing. And what a good thing to be famous for as well. It's not like you've just been somewhere else. Right, I want to talk about murder.
Okay, let's do it.
What is it like murdering people? Did you feel bad?
Freddie can't answer
I actually
this.
didn't get a chance to murder anybody.
Famously, the only traitor to ever.
Yeah, kind of iconic if you spin it a bit,
Yeah. Anything's iconic. Give it the right.
I suppose the nicest traitor, put it that way, you know.
I would say that murdering. So my first night on the job was a bit nerve-wracking. You know, you're being kind of indoctrinated because we were both recruited. You know, it's
Was it Anna?
It was Anna we chose, yeah. And actually, that's what told me that I thought I could persuade you into kind of who I wanted later down the line, because I was quite swept up in Mina's shadow at this point. I was quite kind of overawed, like, oh my God.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, this thing's
You're completely right. I literally stood there and I was like, do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
I'm kind of like, I'm going to bow to lead traitor here. So kind of the first murder that happened, I was like, oh, wow, the turret's nice and shiny. And like, you know, she was like, do you want to write the name on the paper? I was like, oh, yes, please. And, you know, getting to do all of that for the first time. But you do really quickly get into it. And it's just quite fun. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. And so you're murdering because it's part of it, but also you are trying to think strategically, like what's the best move?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah.
How do you decide who gets to write on the piece of paper?
Did I write?
I think you might have.
Because it would have been my. I think I was like, you were like, it's your first time.
Again,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
I just
was
sort of played how it had been played to me. I was like, go on, Freddie. I think you just take it in turns. It's a quill, so it kind of doesn't allow for your best handwriting. It's a bit like scratchy.
I was just going to say my handwriting is awful, so they'd be like,
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about how the traitors have been doing their murdering. So Alan, Kat and Jonathan, we've already heard that you were almost a bit angry that Jonathan got so far. Because presumably you were like, he is not flying under the radar. How is he getting away with this?
Yeah, it was it was actually crazy to watch. It's just more the fact that it was like each episode someone would bring it up, and then no one would vote for him. And I'd be like,
He defended himself really well.
He did defend himself
though.
quite well, but it was after when Ruth Codd got murdered, and she was like, everyone was like, "Oh no, it can't be that. It's too obvious to be a double bluff." I'd be like, "He's the most obvious man on the planet."
Yeah.
But it is hard when you're in there because everyone said the same about Linda. Like, how can you not see it's Linda? But like, I couldn't see it at all.
But in this situation, I think going back to what we were saying about celebrities and how like Jonathan Ross is one of the most well-connected celebrities in the castle. I think he'd like almost had interviewed all of them at some point. I feel like they maybe didn't vote for him. They didn't have the courage of their convictions until it really gathered momentum.
Or he might be saying something behind the scenes. You're not coming on my talk show if you vote me out.
Well, maybe that's that element of like, I want to like protect my career. I don't know.
I definitely think they were all being a bit polite, like you said earlier. But Kat's played a blinder.
Kat has been amazing. I think she's also been very clever to avoid murdering in plain sight every single time.
She's just been like, it's not.
She's literally delegated that job to Alan every time.
She's like, do you know what you're really good at? doing it in person. You should do this. This is your skill set. You're great at this. You should do this. And I think that's been really clever because I think it would have been obvious if she'd done that.
Because I think she's quite awkward and quiet anyway, so she'd probably struggle to like do any of it.
She wouldn't have been able to do the whole face touch for Paloma. But also, to give her credit, I don't know if you guys picked up on this, she suggested to Alan how to do the toast.
Yeah.
Did you see in the kitchen? She was like, just say it's like a quote Stephen told you. Or something.
So she did think on her feet.
She did sort of think about that, and Alan delivered it perfectly. But I like that she kind of was like, this is how you should do it, maybe, kind of thing, giving him an idea.
Would you like to have killed in plain sight, or is that too much of a daunting prospect?
I couldn't even lie to save my life anyway. So the thought of doing that in real life, I would have hated everything.
Oh my God.
I would have just been like, I'm not doing it. There's no murder tonight. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah, can you imagine? I just
I would just be like,
happened.
like, no, I'm not doing it.
Freddie, why did you sign up for a show that involves you lying?
It's really funny because at the start, like when you go through the interview process, I was like, I'm going to be a traitor. Like, I'm so good at this. I'm great. And then me and my mum, I was like, Mum, tap me on the shoulder. I'll close my eyes. Let's pretend you're Claudia. Every single time I did it, I was just burst out laughing and was like sweating. I was like, okay, you're going to need to be a faithful in this situation. And then...
So did you ask Claudia to be a faithful when you were having your chat with her at the beginning?
No, last minute I said traitor. And in my head, I was like, why have you just said that? What is wrong with you? And then when I didn't get tapped, I was like,
so
I
relieved.
can breathe.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then when I did finally become one, I was like, oh my God.
That's so funny because I would absolutely have loved to do a murder in plain sight. Like, I'm actually kind of gutted I didn't get to do one. Like,
but you did get to do the seer, which was an incredible
I wouldn't
twist.
call that fun.
Traumatizing.
But yes, it was, a new thing. So
amazing. Why do you think the Faithfuls had such a bad run?
Yeah, it's interesting.
There's not a lot of individual thinking, like, at all. They kind of just wait for someone to say a name, which is what sometimes that does happen in the Traitors. But like, I remember I was watching Kate Garrett was like, I've got no clue. And I was like, you've been here for like 8 days. How have you got not one bit of evidence? And she's so sweet. She's so sweet. But I was like, anything, even if it's wrong, just say a name or something.
I honestly don't know. I think a big thing here is that the 3 traitors from the beginning worked together. Like, they really did work together. And actually, if you think about 3 people, I mean, I know they started with like 19, or there's a lot of people, but 3 people is a lot to kind of sway narratives lightly and keep, I do think that's helped. Like, no one went early. They didn't get lucky. They didn't get anyone early. And then, I think maybe that's how the Faithfuls kept failing.
Yeah.
How has David been so useless also, though? Because he's a very clever man.
I know.
What's happened with David?
I don't know. He's just, all of his theories that he's doing is wrong. But I understand it. It's a very overwhelming experience to be a part of. Like, you can think something's really like suspicious when actually it's not. Like, we're watching Joe Marler be bang on the money.
Yeah.
But he's seeing that as Joe Marler creating a narrative. But like, that's just his perspective. Obviously, we've got the audience perspective, knowing it's
that's the, you've got to remember, they don't know. Like, Joe is sitting there saying, I know it's Kat, I know it's Alan, but he doesn't know. That's the thing. For us as the audience, we're like, yes, Joe, come on. But he doesn't actually have proof. So David can listen to that and be like, no, that sounds pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
Don't forget though, so David is actually like the luckiest player ever, because him and Mark came down to that, 50-50 situation.
And they just went straight under
the chance, absolutely. The technical term. But yeah, he's still in it. He lived through that, and he's got to the final fight.
But that's what's so strange about the Traitors. Like, you can be up on the round table. Like, I remember I think it was like episode 4 or 5. I was like, everyone is me. And then I didn't go. And then the next like few episodes, no one said my name. And I was like,
I know, you're like,
how have we got from A to B?
Where's this momentum?
I was like, I know it's going to come back. I'm just waiting for it to come back.
And to be fair to David, he made that exact point. Like, at the table, I think he sort of said, he was like, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm a faithful. Like, why would I can't remember the scenario, but he's made some very like eloquent points. But I think the problem is he's now in the middle, isn't he? He's got, you've got 2 traitors on one side, Kat and Alan. You've got 2 kind of allied faithfuls of Nick and Joe, and basically it is a question of like who can sway David. So that's why it's quite exciting.
But I think the issue might be that I think Kat is the only girl left, and because they have no like
if they use their logical brains, you could probably
assume that there'd be a girl there, but you don't know how they.
But then again, in our series, obviously there were 3 girls, and then
1 boy.
Until the end. But it kind of worked. It worked in the girls' favour when people started thinking, "Oh, there must be a boy."
Yeah, no, it did. I remember me, Jake, and Alexander at each other's throat going, "Well, it's one of us. It can't possibly." be
and that was
girls.
actually really helpful, for us being like, "Well, it's actually all girls," that kind of thing. So.
What would you guys do now at this point of their game?
As a traitor or a faithful?
Which
one?
Whichever you prefer.
You do one, I'll do the other.
Well, you do the traitor, I'll do the faithful. This probably makes sense.
Oh God, I mean, I don't know now.
I would say, as the faithfuls, Joe just needs to keep being persistent with his theories. He needs to not like sway or get swayed by Kat or Alan, which is easier said than done. They both need to get David on side. And it's the same for the traitors, to be fair. You're just fighting for this one man, but then it just to see how it goes, really.
Yeah. I think that Alan and Kat, they need to get on to David, but also potentially try and sow some doubt, because I feel like Nick and Joe are wedded, but I feel like Nick could be swayed.
Yeah.
Or
they could even say maybe something like Joe and Nick are so wedded to David that they're not gonna finish the game with you, David, but we will, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So then they could probably do that.
Oh, clever.
I just don't know if Alan will survive that I'm a faithful laughing situation.
The other thing, though, there haven't been that many clues in this series, but when Joe Marler said to Alan, well, you're not going to get murdered tonight, are you?
And then Alan was like, oh, yeah,
Alan was like, why?
But that's what I mean. Joe has evidence on Alan, like proper evidence.
Alan is the only person that can get away with a fumble like that because it's his character. He's so like funny, forgetful, all that sort of rubbish. So he's great in that sort of aspect. Whereas anyone else, you'd vote them off.
And
straight
don't
away.
forget, whoever gets banished, because there's going to be, like in our series, there's going to be one more banishment, and then they'll go to presumably a fire pit or end game somewhere. And the person that gets banished now won't reveal. So even if it is Alan or Kat,
they won't know.
And obviously if it's David, Joe or Nick, again, they won't know. So they're not going to have that certainty that they've got a traitor. So they're going to go into that final 4 people and still not know. So they're going to be, I think it's going to go down to 2, whoever it is. They've got to keep voting. A bit like with Leanne and Jake, you can't risk having more people.
Yeah, defo.
I feel nervous even thinking about it now.
I know.
It's going to be tense.
Which other celebs would you like to see in there? Should they do a series?
Oh my gosh. That is, I mean, there is...
Alison Hammond, for sure.
I don't even know. I feel like I'm trying to like benchmark where... I'm trying to think like what's the Stephen Fry equivalent for the next series?
David Attenborough, maybe.
David Attenborough. Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah, he would be great.
Yes.
Amazing.
Probably not much use for the tasks, but...
Yeah, but it's fine. He's just there for icon.
I'd like to see sort of one of Kirsty and Phil. You know, quite a nice little...
Who is Kirsty and Phil?
They do property show.
Location.
Oh,
Kirsty would be got to be in there, actually.
Kirsty
That's a good call.
Freddie making us all feel really old there.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm like, Freddie.
I don't know how Claudia copes with her hair because I keep going like this. We're going to play Banish or Recruit now.
Okay, love a game.
So, quick fire. I want to hear from both of you. At this point of the game, who would you banish and who would you recruit? With the 5 celebrities you've got left. Kat, Alan. I'm going to forget them all now because it's under pressure and you know who to do. You know.
I would banish... I'd banish Nick and David, recruit Alan, and recruit Joe, and then banish Kat as well.
Yeah, I think
I just want to be with Alan in the tower.
Right, I was going to say, what's your logic? Got it.
He'd just be funny.
I would definitely recruit Joe. And then, I think I'd be the same.
You need some laughter.
I would recruit
funny.
Alan and Joe, but I think I would recruit Kat too.
Yeah.
And I'd banish Nick and David.
Nice.
Oof. Oh, we're doing me too?
Yeah, I want to know what you think.
Ooh. I think I'd recruit Kat and I'd recruit Nick and I'd banish Joe.
Ooh.
And banish David, or do I just leave him? He can stay around the round table and we'll move.
Hi guys. I think I would banish. This is purely on vibes.
Yes.
I'd banish David. He feels less fun, and I'd recruit Joe because he feels fun.
Joe does feel fun, but I will just say that David has such a calming, like kind of aura around him, and when he speaks, you know. I know he's like a historian and I'm really like feeling it and loving that.
A lot of aura.
Yeah, I've enjoyed.
It's fair. Joe would probably
his
throw you
presence.
under the bus as well. I feel like Joe would be cutthroat.
Yeah, but I was sort of thinking from an angle of like, actually, if we're still in the scenario of the game right now, if for example, Alan and Kat were able to recruit Joe, like that would be good.
Yeah, they wouldn't lose them. No, there's no way.
But I don't know if recruitment's allowed.
Yeah.
So
I just want a party in the turret, basically.
yeah, the turret is cool. I will just say, like, isn't that good?
It was fun. It was
like,
a fun little experience.
I really wanted to experience the turret, so I was really happy to be recruited in that sense of like, get to see the inside. So yeah, that's
Whereas Freddie was dreading the whole
petrified. I was like, oh my God.
to be fair, your recruitment also was in the dank, dark dungeon.
Yeah. And we got to experience that, to be fair.
Which was, again, another
Not a lot of people get to go in the
Not
dungeon.
everybody has that.
No.
Exactly.
Bucket list moment.
I love that we're just trying to make Freddie feel better. That's your Traitors Fix for this week. The time for talk is over. Remember to watch the finale this Thursday on BBC One and iPlayer, and remember to subscribe to us here on the Sun Showbiz YouTube channel for all the inside TV and celebrity gossip. See you next week when I definitely won't have this wig on.